wait for the cycleway to be extended. Yes, a group in Frome are determined to complete the missing link. Just 2 miles outside of the town centre lies the start of a virtually traffic-free cycle route that could take cyclists and pedestrians to Radstock and then on to Bath. Now, producer Will, with his fold-up bicycle, who lives in Bath, would love this. For a long time, plans have been in place to continue this route alongside the existing railway line onto the Riverside footpath and into Frome. Well, a campaign group called Frome's Missing Link are determined to see this happen, and they're looking for your support. Mark Vose is with me. He can tell us more. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here. How long has Frome Missing Link's been established?
We've been going for about 3 years now.
So talk me through the route. For people who don't know the area, can you run us through the route and how significant it is?
Okay, well, I think the first thing to say is this is part of Sustrans national cycle network. So this is Route 24, and the route really comes from Bath and out through Radstock, Frome, and then onwards down to Salisbury. So a lot of it is dedicated cycle routes, so it's traffic free. Some of it is on quiet back roads. Unfortunately, when it gets 2 miles outside of Frome, it stops, and you then have to go on to some minor back roads and then cross a very dangerous crossroads and then into Frome. But there is the possibility of making this a dedicated cycle route and traffic free. When they built the route 10 years ago, it was just too difficult. That last bit with land ownership and technical problems, it was too difficult, so they stopped there. We have taken the responsibility as locals to make sure that this happens. I guess it has to have local interest, really, to make it happen, especially when it's a difficult project. So this is part of a national network, but it's something of high relevance here in Frome.
What difference would it make to people living here in Frome?
Well, you know, it's an interesting thing. My job as a GP here in Frome, and I spend my time trying to encourage people to take exercise. Yeah. And one of those exercises is cycling. And of course, people say to me, "Oh, yes, but it's very hilly, Frome. Look at those big hills. How can I get on my bicycle?" But you know, here is an opportunity to have a virtually level cycle route, free from traffic, so it's safe, and you can get right out into the countryside. And we'd be talking about nearly 10 miles of cycling, so people of all grades could enjoy that. So make a huge difference to people's access, both to exercise, but also people's access to the countryside.
So we're not talking just about hardcore cyclists. There's a lot of talk about the Tour de France around at the moment. We're not talking about the hardcore Lycra Brigade, are we? We're talking about general use, families, children, people of all ages.
Yes, that's right. I think the most important thing about Sustrans is it's transport for all, really. This isn't just your hardcore cyclists. And also, the thing we're trying to do is to try to make it a virtually level path. So this is really about people with disability in wheelchairs. It's people with pushchairs. It's people with young children with just starting out in cycling. It's also people walking the dog. It's people running. It's all sorts of exercise. So I don't think we should think just about a sort of dedicated cyclist in that way. We should really think about it as a multi-user route. And I think we should think about exercise, healthy living, access to the countryside, and also sustainability, because, you know, we're trying to get people out of their cars and into sustainable transport. And the evidence is very clear. If people have an opportunity, they're more likely to use their bicycles at other times.
It's only 2 miles, though, which isn't very lot in the grand scheme of things. So what's holding you back? What is the sticking point?
Well, it is only 2 miles, so you would think that would be easy.
Yeah.
2 miles, 3 bridges and a tunnel.
Okay.
So there's some slight technical hitches along the way, and it was really getting under the main road that goes from Frome to Radstock, which was the challenge. And we've only just got round that challenge. We really didn't know how we were going to get under the road, but we've had voluntary help from a tunnel engineer who's actually already done some trial sample bores to see what the substance is, and we're hoping we'll be able to build a tunnel under the main road.
Plenty of tunnels around here, aren't there? So this is the place to get the expertise. Wow, so you've gone as far as, you know, taking those sort of engineering type steps as well.
We've gone as far. We've got the support of Sustrans, and they've given us a grant of £20,000 towards the development costs. So this is really about getting the engineering part done, getting the paperwork ready for planning permission, getting the environmental impact studies, even getting as far as starting the leases and signing leases with landowners. So at that point, we'll be putting in for planning permission. And when we're successful with planning permission, we will be ready to build.
So obviously that building process will cost money. So where will that money come from?
Well, we have got a lot of support. We've got a website which we've got over 1,500 supporters, and people are signing up every day. And I would encourage people to go to fromesmissinglink.org.uk and sign up there, because the more people that show support, then the more seriously we'll be taken, and the more that people will come along with support for us. We have put in for a special grant with Frome Town Council. It's quite an interesting grant, really, because it's going to be voted by the people of Frome as to which organisation will be successful. Okay. And we're hoping that people will see our project as something which is sustainable, of health benefits and benefits for the whole of the town, and so will vote for us. This will be in September, so we're looking for support for this. So that will be a £10,000 grant. We're also putting in for grant money for Natural England. They have money available for people to improve access to the countryside along footpaths and bridleways and so on. So, and of course, at the end of the day, we're hoping for lottery funding, and with the support of Sustrans, we are sure that we'll be taken seriously.
This all sounds brilliant if it goes ahead. Is there anyone that would be against this happening? Because I can't see at the moment any downside to completing Frome's Missing Link.
There is no one in the population that's come up and said they're against it. I think it's if anything, the resistance is from the landowners who own the land that we're trying to get over, and that's been some of the delay, has been trying to persuade them that it's a good idea, or to try to find alternate routes. And I think it's understandable. You know, people are nervous about change, but a lot of people have been persuaded. It's very interesting. This week I was meeting with one of the developers of a site in Frome, and they were very enthusiastic about supporting the cycle path, to the extent that they said they would do what they could while they were developing the site to make the cycle path happen. Wow. So it's quite interesting that you get some people who say, it's a great thing, I understand what you're trying to do, I understand the benefits, and I'm going to put myself out to try to help you. So I think it really shows the level of support that's around.
Okay, so what happens next? What can people do, and what's the next stage in the process?
Okay, so the process at the moment is that we're just still in trying to sign the leases. Anyone that's bought a house will know that there is always some delay in the legal process, and we are trying to work with solicitors here in Frome to try to speed that process. And in fact, I've got a meeting after this interview to go and talk to a local solicitor to see if we can speed that process up. Once those leases are signed, we will be putting in for planning permission, and we hope that we'll be successful. We got the support of district councillors, the town council, and so on. So we're fairly confident with that. We've got this application for the grant funding in September, and we're hoping that everyone's going to take our bid seriously and vote for us so that we'll be successful, because that will be the bit that will kickstart our process. Yeah. And if we're successful with that, then really this autumn we should be able to see the start of construction, and we'll be doing the first bit, which is just from Welshmill out to Lowwater, which will start to see to people that we really are serious about this project.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
It's great to meet you. Check out the website to get your head around this, and also to check out the high-profile local people that are supporting this campaign as well. It's fromesmissinglink.org.uk. We'll keep in touch with you, Mark, to find out how it's going. Good luck and happy cycling. Mark Vose here from Frome's Missing Link.